What's up, y'all? Crazy Al Kane here, about to give you the results from the June 2020 sugarcane.com Bike of the Month competition. Yeah. So June was a crazy month for the Bike of the Day entries. We had so many nice bikes that were featured. People sent bikes in from all over the world. And now that leads us to
the Bike of the Month.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the top 5 bikes that were rated on Bike of the Day. Now, I will be revealing to you the number 1 bike that's Bike of the Month. Alright, so let's talk about these top 5 bikes, starting with bike number 5. This bike was sent in by Steve Ewart, and it's a nice crisp CBR 02 Double XL. Got that white colorways, got the blue and the red stripe, got some carbon rims on there. What I like about this series is I have people send us the inspiration for their build. So let's see what Steve had to say. He said the bike was a custom build for the 2019 Grands. I was lucky enough to make the 51 in Over Maine. The paint job is a tribute to Team Martini Porsche and Williams F1. A shout out to my great sponsors, Chris Brothers Racing, Mac Components, Dane Design Components, Ace Race Australia, Shore Signs and Designs. Let's look some more at this bike right here. It's real nice, man. It's got those DXR cranks on there. That's the Dane Design stem he's got on there. In 4th place was this nice 1990 Dyno Compe sent in from Chris Duska. He did a nice job with the colors on this one, man. It's real colorful with the green and the orange, white, purple and all that. He said the inspiration on this build was to make it ugly and not like something we would buy complete in the 80s. That being said, every bike that I had was pieces of other people's parts laying around. My family didn't have the money to buy me expensive bikes, so I added what I could afford with the used parts. This bike was done on a budget like I would have back then, but of course, parts are not cheap now. Always was a race guy back then, but into building freestyle bikes now. Shout out to the old school Scorpion Hills crew. Yeah, Scorpion Hills. That's the old spot we used to ride back in Massapequa. Legendary trail spot. I know Chris has a whole stash of vintage BMX bikes, so I'm looking forward to seeing him send some more to me. Alright, now we get into the podium. Coming in 3rd place is Aubrie Coyer's Ssquared CEO Pink Cadillac Edition. She got this one done up in a nice pink colorway. This bike was the number 1 bike on the chart for a while, but it got knocked off to number 3. This bike got so much love from people online. She's got a lot of views on it, 922 views, 7 comments. People just really feeling this bike right here. Pink's my favorite color, and I had seen Ssquared bikes with pink decals in all different colors, but I never saw pink on pink, and I thought bright pink on bright pink would be too much. So I decided light pink might look good, and the vision came together and then came to life. Next up, podium position number 2, bike number 2 on the list. This bike right here is crazy. It's a Showstopper. It was one of my favorite bikes of like the last 2 years of me doing this Bike of the Day, Bike of the Month thing. It was number 1 at one point, but they got knocked down to number 2. But you gotta check this out, y'all. This is a polished copper plated Throdwn OS 20. This bike was sent in by Jeff Gibson. He posted this on, I think it was BMX Race Bikes group page on Facebook. And I was like, look, man, you gotta send me this bike. I gotta feature this one. If any bike is worthy of being called Bike of the Day, it's that bike right there. This frame, this OS 20 frame, is number 4 out of 15 made by Throdwn. So this is like some exclusive limited edition joint right here. This is another bike that's got so much love from people that came to the site. They saw this and their mind was blown, man. We got like 10 comments on it, 862 views. People just loving this bike right here. So let's find out what Jeff had to say about the inspiration for this build. I wanted to build the OS 20. I thought that this was going to be my last major build and go out on top, but I will still build. A big shout out to Airborne Vic at Airborne BMX, Rennie and Bill at Yes, Charlie at Throdwn, PB&J Fly Zone Racing, Jared Young at Trip 9, my wife for her continued support, and Rick and Adam at Antioch Cyclery. So that's what he had to say about the frame, about the build, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more builds. So Jeff, you got a lot of pressure on you right now. You have to top what you just did. You have to top this build right here. I want to see something even better than this, if it's even possible. Alright, so shout out to Jeff Gibson for sending this in. Really appreciate it, man. And if you got bikes you want to send in, make sure you hit me up, sugarcanecom@gmail.com. So make sure you send your bike in. Send me a bunch of pictures of your bike, high-res photos. Don't take pictures of them in your house. Make sure it's a nice background. Think about if you want your bike to be seen in a magazine, how you would like it to look. Alright, so send me full parts list as well. I want all the parts on your bike, all the way down to the bearings, everything. Send me all the parts on your bike because people want to know, yo, what kind of parts you rocking, son? Also, send me that inspiration. I want to see the inspiration on why you built your bike. Why did you set it up? Whether it's a simple reason or if it's an elaborate reason. I want to see what your inspiration is. And it's very interesting for people to read and find out what inspires people to build their bikes up. With that being said, we're going to go to podium number 1.
The number 1 bike.
The top bike on the list.
The bike of June 2020.
Sugarcane.com.
Bike of the month. Bam! That's it right there. 4Nix Atom Blue Pro XL. Number 1 bike right there. Straight out of France. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of France. Sent in by Yohan Dodeler. And he's actually the owner of 4Nix. This bike right here is fresh with the blue and the gold and the 4Nix decals all over the bike. It got a lot of love. People was feeling this. The whole France Massive came out. The whole 4Nix Massive came out and came and rated this bike and gave it mad love. And that's what made it number 1. It's a dope looking bike. It's got some dope parts. Disc brakes. It's got those Behringer cranks on there. I love the look of those Behringer cranks that they have. I encourage everybody to come to the site and check out all the bikes that are listed for Bike of the Month and go to each one and rate them. So that way we can get a nice balanced ratings thing going on here, alright? So shout out to Yohan Dodeler out there for sending his bike in. All my international people, everybody from all over the country that's been sending stuff in. Shout out to y'all for participating in this, man. Really appreciate it. So I have to give out some honorable mentions, alright? So there's a couple of things that happened this month that went down with the bike of the day that was pretty cool. So this is the first time we had a 4Nix submitted as bike of the day, and we actually had 2. We got this gray 4Nix, a Triple XL. This is another Atom that was sent to us real early in the month of June. Another brand that had a first on the bike of the day is Gunslinger. We got sent a bunch of Gunslingers this month. Gunslinger's been around for a while and they have some really dope frames, and it's really cool to have such variety getting sent to us this month. Looking forward to seeing more custom Gunslingers on the list. So shout out to them. So another first for the Sugarcane.com bike of the day feature is this UFO 24-inch cruiser. Got sent in by Mark, and I'd never seen a UFO before, no pun intended. So I got a little education, my little BMX education this month, and that's the cool thing about this series is that, you know, you get to find out about different types of bikes that you may never have heard before. Shout out to Mark Small for sending this one in. Really cool bike. So I got myself a little more BMX education last month when Jack Joyner sent in this Blue Max. The Blue Max is actually a sub-company of Mongoose back in the day. They used to make the Blue Max. It was a brand that was specifically selling bikes to military bases and things like that. So that's why I never really heard of them. It was done back in 1984 and it was like a Mongoose sub-company. So Jack Joyner sent that in and I got some education, some edumacation on some vintage BMX bikes. And then the other bike that was sent in that was a nice treat was this Namora Racing that was sent in by Bill Light. Bill has just been sending me so many of his collection of BMX bikes that is crazy. This Namora right here was really dope, and you don't get to see that bike every day, especially in such really nice condition. So shout out to everybody who sent in their bikes for June, and July is already heating up. It's already hot. We 11 days into July and we got some hot ones and a whole bunch more coming. So I'm gonna make a video where I go over the bikes that were submitted in July, and of course I'm gonna have a special guest chopping it up with me about what they think of those bikes. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, this is Crazy Al Kane, Sugarcane.com. We got more content coming to you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button. All that good stuff. Check out the videos. Let a friend know. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend to come check it out, because we're bringing way more content to y'all and keeping it fun and keeping it fresh. All right. So this is Crazy Al Kane, Sugarcane.com, CACTV.
Back to you, Bill.